Have you ever spent hours writing down every single word, every new phrase, every grammar rule, only to forget almost everything a few days later? If you've been taking notes like that, you're not alone. Many learners think that writing long notes is the key to fluency. But here's something surprising. When I stopped taking notes, my English improved faster than ever before. Before we go on, hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss our daily videos that help you learn English naturally and confidently. Now let's talk about why stopping notes helped me and why it might help you too. Taking notes feels useful. Feels like studying. You're writing, you're organizing, you're being serious. But what if all that writing was actually slowing down your progress? When you focus too much on writing, your brain splits its attention. Half is busy copying down information. Half is trying to understand. But very little attention goes to using English. Fluency is not about having perfect notes or memorizing lists. It's about being able to understand and speak naturally. And for that, your brain needs active practice, not passive recording. When I stopped taking notes, I started focusing on listening and speaking more. I gave myself permission to make mistakes. I stopped worrying about writing down every rule or phrase. Instead, I practiced saying what I thought, even if it wasn't perfect. That shift changed everything. Without the pressure to write, I could focus fully on listening carefully. I started noticing patterns, not individual words. I started thinking in English more often instead of translating. And slowly, speaking became easier, faster, more natural. Taking notes can also create a kind of trap. You might feel busy and productive, but you're actually just collecting information without using it. It's like collecting ingredients but never cooking the meal. You have all the words on paper, but you don't know how to use them in real life. When you stop writing notes, you free up time and mental energy for the most important part: using English, speaking, thinking, creating sentences. That's the core of fluency. This doesn't mean notes are always bad. Sometimes a quick note can help, especially when you find a new word or phrase that you really want to remember. But the key is to keep it simple. Write just 1 or 2 words or a short phrase. Then immediately try to use it by saying it aloud, writing a sentence, or explaining it to yourself. That quick note acts like a reminder, not a textbook. It's a starting point for practice, not a final destination. Another reason why I stopped taking notes is because I realized my brain learns better through action. It's like training a muscle. You don't build strength by reading about lifting weights. You build strength by lifting. Speaking English works the same way. Your brain needs to use the language, not just see it on paper. When I stopped focusing on writing notes, I started practicing speaking out loud every day. I described what I was doing. I told stories in English to myself. I repeated new sentences. And every day I notice my confidence growing. Sometimes learners worry about making mistakes when they speak. But mistakes are part of the learning process. When you write notes, you might feel safe because you're not speaking. But that safety slows you down. You need to get comfortable with mistakes because that's how your brain learns to correct itself. By stopping note-taking and starting speaking, I gave myself permission to be imperfect. And that freedom was a turning point. You might wonder how to remember new words and grammar without notes. The answer is simple: through use and repetition. When you say a word several times, use it in different sentences and connect it to your daily life, your brain stores it deeply. You don't need to write it down again and again. For example, if you learn the phrase, "I'm looking forward to it," try saying it when you talk about something exciting coming up. Use it in a real or imagined conversation. That use is more powerful than writing it in a notebook. Also, when you focus less on notes, you naturally pay more attention to context. You start understanding how words change meaning depending on the situation. You notice which expressions sound natural and which don't. That's something notes can't teach you, but real experience does. Fluency is about connecting meaning, sound, and use. You need all three. Writing notes covers meaning, but speaking and listening connect sound and use. Without practicing those, notes alone won't take you far. If you feel stuck, try this. Stop taking detailed notes for 1 week. Instead, focus on speaking and listening. Talk to yourself in English, explain what you see, describe your plans, tell a story. Use your voice as much as possible. At the end of the week, you might be surprised how much easier speaking feels. Your brain will have built stronger pathways. You will feel more confident. And you'll remember more than when you spent hours writing. Remember, learning English is a personal journey. What works for one person might not work exactly the same for another. But if you've been stuck in the note-taking trap, giving up notes might be the fresh start you need. So if this idea helps you, like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell to get new lessons every day. Share in the comments your experience with note-taking. Did it help or slow you down? Let's talk about it. And if you know someone who spends hours writing notes but still struggles to speak, share this video with them. Let them know fluency is about using English, not just writing it down. Stop writing so much. Start speaking more. Use your voice. Your English will grow faster than you ever imagined. We'll see you in the next video.